My head's out of frame. Hello, welcome to this Patreon exclusive video. This is a thank you video because with your help, I was able to purchase a stand-up desk. Now, very frequently, someone guessed that I bought this exact desk in the comments when I noted that the oak finish of these probably isn't going to jive with the new bamboo topped desk I have on its way. He said, you got one of those Jarvis desks, didn't you? I don't know if that was someone on Patreon or just someone on YouTube. I didn't look, but yikes. Anyway, indeed, I got a Jarvis standing desk, and I wanted to explain to you why I got it because it also explains some of my background. A number of people have asked over the various years what my background is. What I'm wearing is part of that. You might be asking, what the hell is he wearing? Well, you'll find out in a second. But my background, my chosen area of study is travel and tourism, right? Specifically hotel management. And a large part of why I decided to go into that was because my knowledge base of old stuff, old electronics, not necessarily old electronics. I'm not that competent when it comes to actual electrical engineering, but old electronics and old stuff like electromechanics, I have this large knowledge base of vintage stuff that I really enjoy dealing with, which has almost no practical application today. And I'm not that great at math. I can do math pretty well, but that just contradicts exactly what I said. I don't enjoy math. Math was always a subject in high school, and I didn't really have to do much in college, but math was a subject in high school that I really just did not like. I was passable. I got usually B's in math, but I just did not enjoy it. So when I was looking at career options, civil engineering or electrical engineering seemed exciting, but then it's all math and not something I wanted to do. So travel and tourism, my chosen career path was actually on a whim. There is a hotel next to Home Depot near where I live, and this was when I was a junior, and my mom just randomly said, have you ever thought about managing hotels? And so I kind of researched that job experience, and it seemed like something that I might enjoy. So what does that have to do with a stand-up desk? I'm used to working full-time standing for 8 hours a day. My current role is as a front desk supervisor, and until 6 months ago, or May, was when YouTube first started taking off for me, my plan was to move to another property in my management company because also, fun fact, hotels are freaking complicated. It seemed, you'd think I work for a Marriott hotel, therefore I work for Marriott. No, you probably work for a management company who works for an ownership group that owns the hotel, and your management company has franchised the property as a Marriott, so you work for a completely unrelated company who's been hired by the owner of this hotel to actually run it. And that's how it often works. There are corporate managed properties. But anyway, so the management company that I work for, they have Marriotts, they have Hiltons, they have Holiday Inn or IHG, all the different brands. So my career path was to move from front desk supervisor position into an entry-level management, and then this happened. So thank you. And honestly, what would have been my dream career would be to be something like a science educator, like Bill Nye the Science Guy or similar. And that's sort of happening just organically, which is not, just not something that I expected to happen. And you are a huge part of that, and you deserve thanks every day from me, especially because I did not think that I would be able to start a potential career down this path. And the fact that with your support, I'm able to better my quality of life with things like this is just amazing. I thought I'd cut in and share a couple details on the desk's setup. If you noticed in the last video, it said if you're feeling adventurous, you can mount these amplifiers onto your desk. I did, haha, because that was the plan all along. But the one thing with the standing desk that is odd, well, just interesting, and you have to account for is that anything on the desk, anything attached to it, if wires need to go to it, then that's going to be tough to manage. So oh, come on, stop buzzing. So also, that's my favorite lava lamp I've ever purchased. Got it at Menards on clearance for like $10. I just like the white wax. Not a big fan of the base, but it's growing on me. But anyway, you have to, anything that's on the desk has to be plugged in, and you have to account for the fact that the desk is going up and down. So what I've done, this bundle of cables has the, there we go, has the power cord, a 10-foot DisplayPort cable, which I needed to purchase, a USB 3.0 extension cable, and now an audio cable, because I no longer, the reason why I had the speakers, the amplifier plugged into my monitor was because that was just simpler. But because the audio cable had to go through this rat's nest of other crap, that meant that a ton of interference was all of a sudden present. So I went with a longer cable. It is plugged into the back of my computer. I'm not planning on doing anything about like my, hardware that I use, but if you're ever interested in that, let me know. Maybe I'll do that for behind the scenes content later. So anyway, with that single bundle of cables, everything else is suspended or attached to the desk. And the reason why I have that USB 3 cable is because I wanted to be able to have a nice USB 3 hub. They're finally getting cheaper. Aukey is the brand of this one, is $30, I think. Aukey is like trying to be Anker, but they're a little cheaper, and man, that manual had a lot of Chinglish, but the thing works well. The only thing I wish was that the cords came out the back, because now you have to, it just doesn't look so nice. And of course have a Google Home Mini in Coral, because why not? So by having just these 4 cables coming down and being zip tied, the desk can move independently, and you don't have to worry about any cables tangling because it's just that one bundle. And so even going down all the way, they just, kind of loop around themselves. And as the desk lifts up, they just stretch out. Amazing. And I know the desk is a material thing. That's not that important in the grand scheme of things. What's most important for me with your support is living, being able to support myself. But this was a very good purchase, I think, because like I said, I'm used to standing 8 hours a day. Now that I'm doing so much more with YouTube, I was sitting, getting more sedentary, and you may have noticed I gained weight because I'm not moving, I think. Also eating poorly and really working on trying to improve that. So what does it have to do with what I'm wearing? Well, this is a costume for where I used to work. So if you haven't guessed, I used to work for Disney. And also, fun trivia, all their costumes have a little loop where you stick your name tag, if you can do it. So that everybody's wearing their name tag in the same place. So I used to work at the Disney's All-Star Music Resort at the Intermission Food Court. Glamorous job. And that was because I started, that was one of the things to build my career in hospitality management, because working for Disney is huge. The Disney College program is useful for really, it's a great resume builder for most people. I'm not trying to push the program, because let me tell you, it's not perfect, but it's great for your resume, especially when you're going into travel and tourism, because now I have the Walt Disney Company on my resume. But why do I have the costume? I didn't steal it, first of all. Right before I left, actually right after I left the work location, they changed these costumes, because this top was the same for food and beverage cast members and merchandise cast members. So the only difference is this top, I would wear an apron with a hat, throw in a picture here, and other than that, it was the same costume. And I learned that the food and beverage costume was being changed to a different one, so I figured a lot of these are probably going to show up on eBay. I don't know what Disney does with old costumes when they retire them, but I thought, I bet it will show up on eBay, and it did. So now I can be a dork and relive my days working for the mouse, because why not? But spent $20. The rest of the costume is just a blue hat with an orange apron and blue pants. So this is the only part that's actually unique to Disney. I could recreate it because I'm silly. But anyway, This is an unscripted video, as you can't tell, but I did figure I'll wear my mic because I have a button-down shirt anyway. Why not? But again, thank you for making this possible. Thank you for making the channel possible. As of now, I'm only working 2 days a week at my real job, and this is now my real job. It's the majority, assuming I do decently from AdSense revenue, this is the majority of my income combined with Patreon, which is just amazing. And again, you deserve thanks for making that possible, because I never expected to start a Patreon page. I think I only started it in September, and already I'm almost to my $1,000 goal, which would exactly cover half of basically what my income was after taxes. I did these goals in mind with knowing that AdSense will always be at least something, so that can probably cover the taxes. But again, thank you. You deserve so much thanks, and I'm indebted to you literally, because you're allowing me to do what I really wanted to do, but which I couldn't see myself doing practically. Because, you know, if I pursued a communications degree, I don't know where that would really get me going. I wouldn't really want to do something big and corporate, just like to share technological stories with people and show them what's up. So show them what's up. My gosh, I need to stop. But I will close this video out by saying the video on the Bolt winter driving, I have all my footage for that because I have the Bolt again, and I was able to drive it to work in really awful weather the last couple days. So I'm able to show that, and I also have data from a couple other longer trips that me and my parents have done together in the car. So that's coming soon. I might even have that uploaded tonight, but I am still in school, and I realize at some point I said that I was out of school. No, that's not what it is. My video on the charging station that I have installed here where I live, I shot that a long time ago. So the Bolt video is not coming out till that video happens, but I need a couple of extra footage things from it that are not on my computer, that are on an old computer that's at my parents' house. So I have to go there and get it. So that video is coming out first, but I said, you know, I got the Volt not knowing what I would be like after school when I got out of school. And I almost dropped out after getting my associate's degree from College of DuPage, what's on my name tag, because you don't need to know that story. But the four-year university that I'm currently enrolled in, I should be finished with a bachelor's degree in the next 18 months or so. So now Thursdays, my entire Thursday is taking more classes, fun stuff. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick little update ramble. I have a number of ideas that I need to start moving that involve more project type things. Behind you, on top of my dryer, is a set of 8 score reels? Yeah, score reels from a Williams pinball machine that I want to turn into a subscriber counter. I was going to do a NixieTube subscriber counter. I have a bunch of NixieTubes and then EEV blog. I was both like, oh, that's awesome, and no, he stole my idea when he did it. So I decided I'm going to make one with pinball machine score reels, more mechanical and clicky clackety. So I want to get started on that in the next couple weeks if I can, but that will also require me going to visit my parents, because I don't have tools here because I live in a condo. There's not a lot of, you know, I don't really have like saws and stuff to make something out of wood, and I'm probably going to build it into a shadow box. So that's coming soon. If you have any ideas, anything you want to see, just let me know, because I'd love to incorporate them. I know, you know, one of the things that I struggle with is I'm not good at organizing my ideas. I need to write them down, but I have dozens floating around in here. They'll make its way out eventually. But thanks for watching me stand here and talk to you, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being patrons of the channel, and I hope everything goes well for you too. And I will see you next time.